Okay, my friends, today we're making this beautiful, crispy pork belly in the air fryer. Crispy pork belly, what we call chicharron in Puerto Rico and Mexico. This is crispy pork belly, and we're gonna make it on the air fryer. So here you have the pork belly. I have two nice pieces of a pork belly, depending on how many people you want to feed. This is a pork belly. You can use more or less, but this is just for me and my wife, so I'm just gonna use these two slices. So pork belly, if you cut it this way, sideways, that will be their bacon. So this is the same part where they make the bacon, but when they cut it like this is just the pork belly. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna use paper towel here to dry all the skin here. We're gonna dry the skin thoroughly. And remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends and family. So we're gonna dry the skin to take all the most moisture out of the skin. And now after you dry it, I'm gonna scrape it with a nice knife. I'm gonna scrape that skin sideways, just like that. And you see what comes out of it. I wanna make sure I totally clean that, scraping it. And this is also gonna help you to bring all that moisture out of the skin, so that's how it actually becomes crispy at the end. So you're gonna scrape it just like that, the entire skin. Scrape it until you get that thin layer of kind of fat and dirt and everything there. So you're gonna scrape it like that, clean your knife as you go, and then you're ready. Then the next step will be to score the skin with a fine point, like a knife like this one. And we're gonna make a lot of little holes, like a lot of little holes on that skin. Watch out with your hands. You don't want to puncture your hand. There'll be a nasty accident. With a nice knife with a fine point like this, you're gonna score that skin to make a lot of little cuts in that skin. You see, and that's gonna also help us bring all that moisture out of the skin. And this is gonna be super crispy. I'm just gonna put a lot of salt. You can use any salt that you like, but you're gonna make sure it has a lot of salt there, just regular salt, or I'm using Himalayan salt here, but you can use any salt, because the purpose of this one is just to take that moisture out. We're gonna clean off that salt when we are ready for for seasoning. But right now, just gonna cover this with a paper towel. Yeah, just cover that with a paper towel, and now I'm gonna wrap it in here in aluminum foil, and I'm gonna leave this in the fridge for about 2 hours. So wrap it like that with paper towel, and we're gonna put it in the fridge for 2 hours at least. Overnight will be even better. So after 2 hours, I'm gonna take this foil off and the paper towel, and you see how it's absorbing all that moisture. And now with that same paper towel or another one, whatever you want to do, you want to clean that salt from the skin, because now we're gonna put the real seasoning. That salt was just for bringing that moisture out of the skin. But now we're gonna season this. So we're gonna, on the top, on the fat layer here, we're gonna make some cuts like about an inch apart. And those cuts, you don't want to go all the way down to the meat, but you want to go deep, like maybe half an inch. So you cut those about an inch separation between them, and about half an inch deep. You don't want to get all the way down to the meaty portion of it. And then you bring it upside down, and you do the same thing on the meat portion. And you're gonna score it, and you're gonna stop right before getting to the fat layer there. So you're gonna make these cuts about an inch separate. You don't have to go with the top one, but at the end we're gonna cut them that way, so it'll be a lot better. So you cut this pork like that on the meaty side, just and stop right before the fat layer. And we're gonna do the same thing with both of these strips here. And this gonna make sure all that moisture comes out of the fat, and that all our seasoning goes on that pork and in between those chunks as well. So I'm using salt and pepper 50-50, and an all-purpose butcher's seasoning and garlic salt. You can use any seasoning of your preference. That's your preference. So salt and pepper here, I'm using this 50-50. But when it comes to flavors, that's people have different tastes. So just season it any way that you like, that you usually season your pork. I'm using salt and pepper here again. And I'm gonna make sure that I get that salt and pepper on all 4 sides. Top, bottom, side, and then the other side as well. So make sure you get seasoning all over, because this is what's gonna give you that spectacular flavor at the end. And you'll see how good it is. So remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share with your friends and family. So I'm gonna continue here with my seasoning. I'm gonna use my all-purpose butcher's seasoning here. You can use any seasoning of your preference, like I mentioned, but just make sure that it gets a little bit of it on all 4 sides. And I'm gonna add here the final one, which is the garlic salt. Garlic salt here at the end. Same thing, making sure that I get some of that on all 4 sides. And then the last ingredient here, because this is gonna be in the air fryer, I'm gonna put some avocado oil. You can also use olive oil if you want. I'm using avocado oil just because this is my preference. You can use olive oil as well, but this is because we're cooking this one in the air fryer, so the air fryer doesn't have any oil. So just to make sure it remains moist and it gets that crispy that we're looking for, you just want to give it a little layer of oil all over, both on the meaty side and on the fatty side, the skin of that pork. So make sure you get that oil well incorporated, and that all the seasoning is everywhere in your pork belly, your chicharron, papa, your chicharron. Here you go. Depending on your air fryer, you can fry it like this, the big chunk, or you can cut it in half. In this case, I'm gonna cut it in half here, because I want to make sure that the air flows in there. So I want that crispy skin, and then make sure that those sides that you just cut also get some of that beautiful seasoning. And this is pretty much ready for the air fryer. So not all air fryers are the same, so just follow me here. This is a suggestion. You gotta keep an eye on yours. So you're gonna put your pork in there, your pork belly, making sure you leave space in between, so or around it, because the air fryer, the way it works, is actually pushing super hot air all over the meat. So that's how it fries and cooks the meat. It's almost like an oven, but with a tornado inside. So just make sure you leave some space. A lot of people crowd the air fryer, and then the air doesn't flows around, and then they wonder why it takes so long. But if you put it like that, like I did there, it should work. So in this case, I'm gonna cook this for 30 minutes. It's gonna be 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're gonna cook it initially for 30 minutes with the skin side up. Skin side up, 350 for 30 minutes. Now after those, we're gonna check it, like I said, at the 10-minute mark, because not all air fryers are the same. We're gonna check that it's not burning, and this actually looks beautiful. So after 20 minutes, I checked it, and then okay, I think I'm doing good here. So I'm gonna put it back, close it, and let it go for the final 10 minutes. Now when that's done, that's the first 30 minutes. When that's done, you take it out, and now we're gonna cook this sideways. So you see how we were like skin side up. Now we're gonna put it on the sides, and we're gonna give these another session here. So we're gonna put them on the sides like that. You see, so now, because the air flows different in different air fryers, in mine I had to do it this way. So I'm gonna put it again. It's gonna be 350 Fahrenheit, and it's gonna be 15 minutes. 15 minutes, because I'm gonna do 7 minutes on one side and then 7 minutes on the other side. So let's run it for the first 7 minutes. So I put 15, and then when it reaches the 7-minute mark, I'm gonna flip in the other side. So now the other side of the chicharron, or the pork belly, gets the most heat there. So I'm gonna leave it like that. There you go. It's almost done. I'm just being picky, a little picky here. I'm gonna show you some tricks. So I let it go, and then when it's about to end, about 2 minutes, it could be 2 or 3 minutes, I'm gonna put a little bit of any barbecue sauce. But listen, this is just a little bit of sauce. I don't want a soup here. So I just wanna brush some sauce there, because this is gonna help with the color at the end. So you just brush a little bit of barbecue sauce, any sauce that you like, for those final 2 to 3 minutes. And you'll see how beautiful this looks when we are done. So once those 2 or 3 minutes go by, this is ready to serve. We're gonna check it, and I think this is gonna look beautiful. There you go. You see the color that I was talking about? That is a beautiful color for chicharron or the crispy pork belly. You see how this sounds? Oh, I'm telling you, super crispy. Yep, told you, super crispy. So let's cut this here. I'm gonna cut this in individual chunks because chicharron, this is how you eat it. So you cut it like that in smaller chunks. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. I can't wait to try this crispy pork belly. Beautiful crispy pork belly, and you just wait till you taste it. This is awesome. So I'm gonna serve this now and show you how it looks and do the taste, the try. Oh my goodness. There you go. I'll serve it with mayo ketchup, a half and half mayonnaise and ketchup. There you have it. Crispy pork belly chicharron in the air fryer, baby. Let's give it a try. You'll see. Let's give it a try. See if it's crunchy. I think it is. I don't know what to tell you, man. This is so good. I have to try another chunk. I'm gonna do it with the sauce here now. Oh my goodness, super crispy and savory. Look at that. Listen to that. Oh, super. There you have it. Crispy pork belly chicharron in the air fryer. So I hope you enjoy. I'll see you next time. Remember to like the video, share with your friends and family, and I'll see you all next time. Make sure you pass it on. Send my information to all your contacts so everybody knows what we're doing here. We're doing great cooking. Hope you enjoy. See you next time.